It's lights out and away we go!
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the GT UK F1 podcast. I'm joined by David.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
So, the Formula One Singapore Airlines Singapore Grand Prix, eh?
The original night race.
That was very inventive name, wasn't it? Usually every other racetrack seems to get an inventive name. This one's just Singapore Airlines Singapore Grand Prix.
Well, Singapore Airlines, because they're obviously the title sponsor.
Oh, yeah. Figured that one.
That's how that goes. They just do it off whoever's paying the money to have their name first.
So, just a preemptive warning to anybody that I've got my soapbox ready and it ain't going away, trust me.
I tried to hide it from you folks, but he's too bloody quick with it, what can I say?
It's alright, he'd already tried destroying it, and before we started, he'd already nailed it back together. I sat here nailing it back together.
He's held together with more glue than this entire podcast, folks, trust me.
It's held together with no more nails, Gorilla Glue, and
Prick stick.
And nails. Oh, prick stick, jeez. Showing your age. Actually, no, because prick stick's still around, but that's a topic for another discussion. That's a discussion for another.
You're listening to Glue Talk with Game Time UK.
Jesus. So,
we're off topic already. We're not finished the fucking introduction.
Oh, it's gonna get spicy. This is gonna be a bit of a spicy one, folks. So,
strap in. It's gonna be fun.
So obviously the usual deal is we didn't catch any practice. I think you saw highlights, which I didn't. So if there's anything you want to pick out, let me know.
Not really, no. Because like I say, there wasn't. One or two were finding the walls, which is, it's a street circuit, that's to be known by. I think Lawson found the walls twice in 2 sessions, didn't he?
Didn't Albon?
I know Lawson only just got out for qualifying.
Albon did an FP1 because he'd only done 2 laps. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Fernando topping the timesheets in FP1.
I know. Insert the old disclaimer here about don't take
Yeah. But they must have been on a decent run to be able to get him that far up the timesheet, and everybody's didn't look great.
The thing is, what this list we've got here doesn't show you what tyres they were on or anything.
No.
Like I say, if each of them to have done a couple of short fuel runs on the softs where everyone else on like mediums, hards, then...
Yeah, because you go across the likes of FP2, he's still in 4th. And Oscar at the top.
Let's be honest, I think the one, if I was the Aston Martin, I would always say he's a little bit down on straight line speed. Now, it's circuits like this, that's not as big a concern.
No.
Because straight line speed isn't as critical when there aren't that many bleeding straights.
I'm guessing Russell put it in the wall, did he? In FP2?
Yes, he did, didn't he? I actually saw footage of that on Facebook, I think. Russell in a wall in Singapore? That's never happened before.
And then Lawson put it in the wall in FP3.
And FP2, I think.
Possibly.
I seem to remember them talking in commentary before qualifying that it was the second time he'd done it. And literally with like 5 minutes to go, they still had the car in pieces.
No. Weirdly enough, it was like Singapore we knew was going to be an outlier, even for Red Bull.
Well, Singapore's one that I think is it now the only circuit on the current calendar that Max hasn't won at.
Not won it and not got pole.
Like I said, I think he's literally the only one now.
Yeah. So I'll let you start with qualifying.
Well, if we look at the sheet, we start with the note that obviously Sainz and Albon both made it to Q2 but then were disqualified. I believe, was it the rear wing open too far or something?
The DRS opened slightly too much.
I don't
Basically,
think it was deliberate. I generally think it was a mistake because I don't
no,
think Vowles and Williams would play those kind of tricks.
no. It unfortunately they ended up getting disqualified because of the DRS at the back.
But we're allowed to race because that's Stewart's discretion.
And obviously, foreshadowing a little bit here, Albon started pit lane and Sainz was on the grid.
I'm actually surprised they didn't elect to start on both pit lane and shove all new engine components in them.
Yeah.
Unless budget's the issue, because that's probably what I would have done in that situation. So they put all new power units in.
Yeah.
You've got them then for next few races, haven't you?
But I mean, if you think about it, if you go back to the likes of Sargent, he must have cost them an absolute bomb.
I think Colapinto had his moments, didn't he?
Yeah.
Towards the end of last. I think that's one thing they've really appreciated this year is Sainz and Albon are both fairly steady.
Can be.
Well, they can have the moment, but let's be honest, not as bad as they were.
Oh, did you just off a side note? Did you end up seeing that video I sent of Sainz as a thing with co-driver to his dad?
Yeah,
practicing?
mental that, wasn't it? That's what that goes back to what I've always said is I hate the idea of calling F1 drivers the best in the world when like rally drivers exist.
Yeah.
Because Jesus Christ, them lads are nuts.
Well, yeah. Point proven. But
anyway, qualifying. So, obviously, with those 2 hours of proceedings, the bottom 5, other than that, sort of reads as you would expect. 2 Alpines, Ocon, Stroll, and Bortoletto. Probably annoyed that the disqualification didn't come sooner because obviously Bortoletto and Stroll would potentially have made Q2.
They would have done.
Had they been disqualified, but because of the way it's done,
no,
that's the way it is.
We're seeing the whole like investigation after sessions creep up again.
And you will. We've been very vocal last word. I get that sometimes they want to talk to drivers. They can't. There's not every decision can be made while they're racing. They can't stop and get somebody out of the car to ask them questions. So there is going to be times when you've got no choice but to do it after the session. But I think they default to it too often.
Yes, they do.
There's some stuff which could just be sorted out.
Obviously, I get the, this whole disqualification thing because obviously they don't tend to do the scrutiny until after the session.
Yeah. And also, you get this. I mean, it's a technical infringement. Yeah, it's probably not deliberate, but still, disqualification is the only option at that point. But it wasn't like a pack your shit and go home disqualification. It was just you're starting from the back.
Now, let me open this can of worms. I thought the cars got checked before as well.
Is it not the case where only a certain number get checked?
I always thought, I mean, I could be wrong, but I always thought it was every car got scrutineered between.
Let's give the FIA the benefit of the doubt here that to scrutiny all 20 cars to the level of detail needed would be a
bit of a task, yeah.
Probably a day-long job.
Yeah, but
because when we're talking about how much extra this rear wing open, we're talking millimeters here.
Oh yeah, I get that.
We're not talking it flew open 3 feet. So you can't just look at it and go, no, that's too big. You're talking fine. So it's like at the end of the race. Is it 6 cars normally are pulled out and
normally 6.
And then if they think they need to check more, they'll then start pulling more.
But I always was under the impression that it was supposed to be from the end of practice and the start of qualifying they do checks.
I wonder if they do more while the car's in park for maybe between quali and the race.
Possibly.
That's my guess, because that's when they've got more time.
Yeah.
And also, you think FP3 finishes, the cars aren't under part for May. The teams may want to make changes between then and the quali.
True, they're not into
And I,
they're not into part
and
firmware till they
I
cross the line,
guarantee,
are they? Till they cross the garage
is
exit.
it not till it's to start qualifying in it?
Once the car crosses the garage exit in qualifying,
Yeah.
that goes into park firmware, I believe. Obviously, where the problem is when you're playing the computer games, you're already in part firmware before you've even left the garage, because that's the way that
Well,
the
you're
game's
not actually.
coded.
No, you can't. No, actually, you're not. Because I've done it. You can change your car settings right up until you go out on track in quali.
Yeah, so okay then, so that would technically be as soon as you cross garage line then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit go to track, you're locked in.
Yeah.
But you can make settings at the start of quali before you hit that go to track button.
Yeah. Okay then. So yeah, it's once you cross garage line. Okay.
But yeah, to say, I don't think the FIA, I don't think the teams would be too happy if they want to do last setup for quali, and if we need your car for 2 hours, we're going to check it.
Yeah, true. So it is
So-
it's more after between, but
that's my guess. I mean, anybody who knows more, or feel free to let us know. This is purely from a logical outsider standpoint. I'm saying this.
yeah, but I think it's once they cross the pit garage, that's it. They're in part firmware.
Yeah. So then Q2, we lost Yuki, which is a real shame based on his performance at Baku.
And this is the weird thing. I didn't expect. I don't want to say it. I expected, given how Max had performed, Q1. Okay, I know people are going to say, "Well, Max is is a driver on a different level." I don't disagree that.
He is. I don't think we've talked about his performance in the NLS, have we?
No.
I mean, we might come on to that after the race, because that does warrant talking about. But
Too right, it does.
anyway, so yeah, after his performance at Baku, you were kind of hoping that maybe Yuki was starting to get more of a hang of things.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Like we say, it's a bit of a bogey circuit for Red Bull, so let's throw that in the mix. Liam right in front of him, who, considering the car was literally in bits just before start quali, I like to give him fair enough.
It just makes me fucking laugh, because the remainder of the season, if Yuki carries on going the way he is and doesn't start beating Liam, it's
the worrying thing is I'm hearing more and more discord about Hadjar, and I don't like it.
I do not want to see Hadjar in that second Red Bull seat.
I don't, but it's sounding more and more like that's how they're thinking. There's a lot of talk about it in the paddock, and there's people in there who know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I know, but what's the point? What is the point in putting Hadjar in there? It's only going to happen what's happening to Yuki, except it might not, because it's 2026 and everything is changing.
Yeah. But yeah, so Yuki, Lawson, Hulkenberg out-qualified Bortoletto for about the first time in about 3 races.
I was going to say it's usually Bortoletto that out-qualifies Hulkenberg, but there we go.
Then
Behrman had a pretty good solid.
Behrman had a good one, Fernando, solid 10th for.
If you speak to me every lap, I will disconnect the radio.
I'm going to come on to a point about radio disconnection, but that'll be later on.
I just love that. It's just so well done.
What, if you speak to me every lap, I'm going to disconnect the radio?
He just said like 34 to go, didn't he? If you speak to me every lap, I will disconnect the radio. Sorry, I threw that in earlier. I couldn't resist.
It's just like fucking. It's
a great soundbite. So yeah, Behrman, solid performance from Behrman in the half, especially when you consider Ocon was right down in 17th.
I know.
It's hard. It's something we're going to come on to at the end of the year, I've no doubt, who's been the best rookie of the year. And honestly, it's very close for me between him and Hadjar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hadjar's had the better performance, but when you consider the car that Ollie's got,
yeah,
you've got to say he has pulled that thing to some places you didn't think it'd go.
No.
So obviously Hadjar right in front of him.
Yeah.
Then the 2 Ferraris.
Yeah, what was up? What was up with the two Ferraris? They just
I wonder. I think Ferrari have checked out this season. I really do. I think all their focus now is going into 2026. I could be wrong. I'm not, but it seems like because it looks like they're not going to get. It looks like Red Bull are going to pass them in the constructors. It looks like Merc are a very strong place to pass them.
if Merc carry on the way they are, but obviously,
we should say congratulations to McLaren for securing it this weekend.
yeah.
We'll come on to them later, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder if that papaya's gone a bit rotten.
I'll wait.
Wait, obviously Norris and Antonelli, solid enough result actually for him.
See, the thing is, I'm worried about Antonelli. Just a little bit. Obviously, George hasn't got the contract yet. Now,
I don't know if you heard him talking to Simon after the race.
I'd heard.
He seems really confident that it's not been signed, but it's there, which it should be.
I heard there's supposed to be maybe days, weeks, maybe a week or so.
I wonder if the price has now gone up 5 million after this weekend, but
now, yeah. Now the thing that worries me a little bit is the fact, obviously George hasn't got a contract, or it's in talks at the moment. I don't understand why Toto hasn't signed George. At least George.
I'll be perfectly honest, from what George was saying, from what George sort of said to Simon, it almost really sound like he's also not rushed into signing it, if that makes sense.
Interesting.
I wonder if there's a little bit going on, because I've said it before, I will stand by. I reckon Merc were holding the guns in case the Verstappen deal materialised.
Yeah.
And I wonder if in the same token, George was thinking there's going to be a Red Bull seat going.
True.
I could be wrong, I'm not.
True.
But I'm pretty convinced, because I think I still stand by it. I'll go back to what I say every time. The Sainz leaving Ferrari incident. I've told you, I think that was forced by the fact that Leclerc had already signed the contract. So when the talk of Max and Merc started going together, Mercedes held off re-signing either driver just so they've got as many options as possible.
Yeah.
Because once you sign a driver, every single driver's contract will have an exit clause. But there'll be a penalty attached to it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Sainz, when he was out of contract, it probably would have cost him 30 million to get rid of Leclerc, pulling a number out of my ass. Whereas Sainz can be let go for free. Which one are you going to choose?
Well, you choose Sainz, but the thing is...
So I think that's where Merc were. But as we discussed, I think in the last podcast, and maybe even the one before, I think Merc is going to re-sign the same too. So I don't think there's any real other options there.
Oscar?
I don't know what his contract situation is with McLaren.
No, I know. I'm
my only outside one, and this is a real outside one that I think I mentioned the other week, but I will go by, is what's Gasly's Alpine contract like? He's a solid driver. Give him a good car.
Oh, yeah.
And he's also renowned for not bending them.
Well, wasn't it him that didn't cost the team anything?
Was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. He didn't have a single, at-fault incident.
Well, Gasly had already signed his contract till at least 2028.
But as I've said before, who's Alpine's engine supplier next year?
Merc.
So if you want their driver and you're supplying their engines...
And this is what
there's a lot of talking can be done.
Oh, yeah. Just Alpine need to get rid of Briatore.
That's my thought. If Merc weren't... Because like I say, I personally feel that their best option is the two they've got. Antonelli, he's not been amazing, but at the same time, he's not been utterly terrible.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got to think. Merck wouldn't be where they are within the constructors if it wasn't for Antonelli as well.
Oh yeah, it's not like Red Bull where I think Yuki has about 10 of the freaking 500 points or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I fully agree with you. I get what you're saying. That's why I say I'm a strong believer. Sign them both. But
I was very unsure about Antonelli after the Monza incident. Not this year, guys. It was when he binned it during a practice session.
He did the one test. He did the one practice session, didn't he, for Merck, and frigging binned it very, very early on in the session. And
the same place that the Aston Martin safety car got binned.
Yeah.
And now, the thing is, I get Antonelli. I think he's a good driver.
He's a solid driver. I don't know if he's got. I mean, the talk when he joined was he's going to be the next big thing, and he's got time to prove that yet. Let's not take away his first season. And I'm still not sure if going in your first season straight into the top flight car is necessarily the wisest move.
Yeah, but the fact that Williams had already got.
Oh yeah, I'm
science at that point, and then where can Albon go really? Because Albon. No,
I don't think Williams would have. I would have thought if Merck had have really wanted to do it the other way, they'd have pushed him into Aston Martin or something like that. Once again, I'm your engine supplier, I need your help.
Yeah, but out of the Aston Martin, which driver would you get rid of?
I know which one I'd get rid of. I also know which one would have gone, and they're not the same.
Stroll?
I personally, I'd have said Stroll gone, but Aston Martin, it probably would have been freaking Fernando, wouldn't it?
But the problem is, Fernando's got the experience.
Yeah.
Fernando would have been, I mean, look
at... no, this is purely on speculation here, like I say, it's just...
Oh, yeah, I know. But look at Bortoletto. Yeah, he's had some good races, not had some great races. But who manages Bortoletto?
Alonso.
Exactly. But look how...
Look how manages Piastri. Look how manages Piastri, Mark Webber,
Mark Webber. He's going to be spitting fucking feathers, I'll give you that. You're just poking the fucking bear right now. Do not. We'll get to it.
Would I do such a thing?
Yeah, but the last time we poked bears, we ended up dead in Far Cry. And Red Dead.
I don't know about poking bears. You leave Ollie alone.
Tell you what, somebody must have poked Ollie Behrman because he's been doing well. Give him that. He has been doing well.
I wonder if he's got his eyes on a potential Ferrari drive if Hamilton does go like the end of next year.
Yeah, but look, look at how he performed in the Ferrari for Sainz. He could give Leclerc a run for his money.
If Hamilton, I think Hamilton's in for next year, but if Hamilton does then decide it's time to move out,
Yeah.
But anyway, should we actually talk about this race?
We should.
So I actually joined in probably about 5 or 6 days, and this is very much a meta thing if you watch Sky.
Now,
did you hear that sound of silence thing they did?
Yes.
Who was doing that? Because that sounded bloody brilliant.
I don't know. I need to find out.
Because that sounded incredible.
Yeah, it wasn't Disturbed. It was...
No, it was somebody speaking, and I think it was something like Jake Gyllenhaal or something, I think. Quite a gruff voice actor. But it was... Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. So obviously, Williams started from the pit lane, and Gasly had to start from the pit lane as well. So Sainz took the grid.
Speaking of before, did you see Max on the grid walk as well?
You on about the bit where fucking he mistakes fucking mistakes Lewis Capaldi for his brother.
Yeah.
It's like, Martin got fucking Specsavers. Fuck's sake, man.
Yeah, it's very nice, but Lewis, he stood behind me or something, he said, wasn't he?
Yeah.
With the correct cap on.
Just like, fuck. You kind of snubbed him there, Martin. You usually the one that gets snubbed, but you snubbed him. Oh, it was just like, fucking hell. And I missed, apparently, I forgot to mention it, I missed the Baku anthem.
I caught about the last third of it. It sounded really good.
Yeah, but there wasn't that. Apparently the kids were singing and there's George and Lando pissing themselves laughing.
No, wasn't that a few? That was a Baku, wasn't it?
That's what I said, Baku.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were...
No, I missed Baku's anthem and it was like... Yeah, apparently George and... kind of couldn't hold it together.
Kids were absolutely giving it their all.
Yeah, and then there's them trying to hold it together as much as they can. They don't mean it, you know what I mean? But it's just like... I get why they do the anthems, but some of them have been a little meh. You know what I mean? There's
That's
not
national anthems. That's national anthems in a nutshell for you, though, isn't it? National anthems are an old-fashioned, very boring thing, let's be honest.
Apart from if you get Sam Ryder doing the British one. It's just... I've noticed that there's not many flyovers either this year.
Yeah, but they're trying to do all this sustainable shit, aren't they?
They're trying, but except you know what's going to happen when it comes to Qatar, maybe, and Abu Dhabi and all that lot.
Abu Dhabi don't give a flying prick, do they?
You're going to have... Well, they technically do, because you're going to have one of the Emirates probably flying over that's on sustainable fuel. Apart from the military jets, most of Emirates' airline fleet, believe it or not, and some of the others now are on sustainable fuels.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get to the race, shall we? So, Russell and Paul, Max, Oscar.
Yeah.
And Russell got away well, Max kind of got away well, Oscar sort of didn't. Lando did.
Lando got away really well. Going to the first corner, found himself in the back of Verstappen first.
And
which kicked him sideways straight into his teammate.
Yeah.
As I said before, I think the papaya has purely gone rotten.
Quite abruptly. Now, my question is here to you. Was Oscar right to complain?
Yes. Because you're always going to complain, kick off about it, because the racing drivers is what they do. Was there anything Lando could really have done about it? No, it was a racing incident. It was, say, he clipped the back of Verstappen.
We know, because you saw Verstappen when on the onboard, you saw him oversteer.
Plus, not only that, when you looked, it was the right-hand side of his front wing that was broken when he hit the left side of it into Piastri, so it definitely wasn't done by that incident. You know, basic physics tells you that didn't work.
Could Lando have been a bit more cautious? Possibly.
It's the first corner of the race.
I know.
We don't want the drivers out there being as cautious as possible. We want them to have a go. We've had this discussion before, and I still stand by.
Yeah, I know.
We want them to have a go.
Now, will we see another side to Oscar?
He definitely seemed a lot more pissed off than I've ever heard him before.
But do you think... The problem is, I know it's the whole, McLaren was supporting both the drivers, blah-de-blah-de-blah.
The trouble is, and I was talking to a bloke with us, this whole be nice to both drivers thing is going to turn around and bite him in the ass.
Too fucking right, it's going to bite him in the ass.
Because you can't do it.
And it is possibly now starting to bite them in the ass.
You can't do this whole, the whole slow down, let the other guy pass because he had a bad pit stop. That still rings wrong in my head.
Now,
Some may disagree, and that's their prerogative, but
the diehard McLaren fans will.
or the Piastri fans who, or those are no fans, the ones who won from it probably will. But it's just, to me, it's just you don't.
Now, the thing that kind of, I get it. Lando was there before. Lando's been at McLaren a long time.
Do you think McLaren favour Lando?
Yes. Fucking too right, I do.
It definitely looks at it. Definitely very.
Yeah.
They try and deny it, but it definitely doesn't ring true, does it?
No. I can openly say that as a McLaren fan. They are favouring Lando. Now, I'm not Team Lando. I am Team Oscar. Regardless of what I said about Oscar last year, I have warmed up to him very much.
I still stand by what we said about the way things happened. I will stand by that. But I do see that it was a good move, and let's be honest, he's injected a level of fun into this championship that I don't think we'd have seen if it had been somebody else in that car.
No.
And he certainly wouldn't have seen it from him if he'd have been in an Alpine.
No. And there is one thing I disagree with, and I honestly, I'll explain that at the end. But Oscar, I'm sorry, how many races have we got left?
6 now, is it?
Yeah. 6 and 3 sprints.
Yeah.
Now, Oscar's leading the championship right now.
Yeah.
They've sewn the constructors up.
By 63 points over Max.
He's 22. He's about 22 over Lando.
Yeah. So Lando's a race win away from the lead.
Yeah.
Max, I'll tell you what, if we see at the end of the year and Max has won this, frick me, that'll be a...
Yeah. And I don't understand why they are not helping Oscar here. He is at... Okay, Singapore was a bit of a bogey track for him. Baku was a little bit of a mistake from him. Honestly, if Lando was in this position right now, I am going to say this, I don't care. If Lando was top of the Drivers' Championship, the team would be doing fucking everything to help him.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Now, I'm not going to deny there was probably a time when Piastri entered the team as a number 2 driver.
Yeah, but he's walked all over.
Performances are proving, that you need to rethink that strategy.
Yeah, he's walked all over Lando.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like Baku. We'll go back to Baku. Oscar crashed. Lando did not capitalise.
I still stand by Oscar lost. I still stand by. I still think if Lando doesn't win this championship, which let's be honest is looking very unlikely, that's the race where he lost it.
If Lando doesn't win it?
Yeah, that's the race where he lost the championship because he didn't capitalise on what was an absolute open net.
Yeah.
He got handed an open net. The goalkeeper had gone for a sandwich and he booed it into row Z.
Mm. And I'm willing Oscar to win this bloody championship. Okay, yes, I know I'm a Red Bull fan. Max, if you can do it, fucking try it.
As somebody who has no skin in this game at all, I'm not particularly a fan of any of the drivers in the running. If Oscar wins it, it'd be nice to see, be a first-time champion at a young age as well.
Mm.
But if Max pulls this one back from where he was halfway through the season, what a freaking story that is.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And everything Red Bull have gone through, manager sacked, designer left.
You know, Adrian Newey
If he
left,
still,
fucking Horner's gone.
if he managed to drag that car to a fucking championship after all of that,
It'll be a story.
that would be an immense thing.
But it proves just what a driver Max is.
Oh, told you, like I alluded to before, his NLS performance.
Mm-hmm.
There's some bloody noses in the NLS right now.
Some upset
You know, people. Oh, can you remember after they did? Remember when he did that test under Franz Hermann?
Yeah, that upset
All the
people
people
as
going,
well.
all the people going out saying, "Oh, well, his car's running a different spec. Obviously, he's not got it set up right." Blah, 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 blah. Piss off! He's just a damn good driver.
And that's the thing. Regardless,
He's walked into your playground and beat the shit out of you.
he could. And the thing is, as stupid as this sound, fucking get him in just let him go to do a touring car race. What the fuck would happen there?
What do you mean, British touring cars?
Yeah.
The adaptation to front wheel drive, if you put him in, that would be. God, him versus Sutton and Ingram. Christ almighty.
Just let him have a fucking British touring car, couple of races in it.
Hey, Nigel Mansell did it.
Well, that's what I mean. But
Julian Bailey did it.
Put him in the touring cars as well. See how he fucking does. You know.
Let him get the triple crown first, then he can do a victory tour.
Mm.
But anyway, so McLaren. Wow, we're on a good one tonight.
Tell me about it.
McLaren. I think they've made a rod for their own back.
Yeah, but
because they're at the point now where they can't back down on what they're doing. But they've basically screwed themselves. I think they screwed themselves over.
Too right they have. Too right. Because
I wonder if maybe you're right. Maybe Toto wafts a nice contract under Oscar's nose, and he just thinks, well, maybe it's unfair treatment.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's not like the Mercedes is shit.
Heck, if Red Bull weren't so keen on promoting from within, I'd suggest maybe they have a look at him. Can you imagine him and Max in a team together?
That would be interesting. Not gonna lie, I mean, I loved the dig Max pulled out of. Oh well, it wasn't Oscar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you just digged at Lando, like, and there was Oscar, and even Oscar gave a little bit of a chuckle at it.
Mm.
It's just like, oh.
And then from there, the race kind of settles into not a lot.
No, it really.
But we had Hulkenberg spin out to manage to avoid all the walls,
which is quite impressive.
Yeah, which is skill actually. We had Fernando slowly getting pissed off with anybody. I do love the fact he got driver of the day, though. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
But after was it that other radio comment? Was it hero trophy for this guy or something?
Oh, was that?
Was it when he was trying to overtake somebody, laugh after laugh? It was like hero of the race to this guy or something.
Yeah.
I forget the exact context. I have to go back and try and re-listen to it.
But then there was, the likes of him getting absolutely pissed at Hamilton for the brakes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this almost to me harks back to that year when the freaking tyre let go and he finished the race on 3 tyres. I just don't think, if the car was that unsafe that he had to do a lap some 40 seconds slower than the opposition, I don't think he should have been allowed to run that car, and I think that car should have been stopped. And I'm not just saying that because he's Hamilton. I literally would have that stance with any driver.
Well, yeah, I don't get why.
If those brakes would have gone absolutely completely left with nothing, it'd be straight into a wall.
They did. His brakes went.
And they're not for. Yeah, but he obviously had enough to still get it to slow and turn.
We missed.
We never saw any of it.
TV,
once again, the
TV direction.
we're too busy focusing on the frigging cooldown lap, which it's not that. There's actual racing going on.
No, it was before the cooldown.
Well, no, because the leaders had finished. It was like the cooldown lap. They do the whole talking to the crowd, talking to the team radios, and just showing Oscar pedaling around, waving at the crowd.
Mm.
And Russell, it's like there's actual racing going on.
But then there was like for Hamilton's brake. His brakes were on fire. His front left was on fire. It had gone.
Yeah.
Because that's what Fernando was bitching at when you didn't hear the radio, but it was like Fernando was very blue, shall we say.
I'll say he hadn't been in a good mood all race, had he, as the earlier sound clip showed.
But it was like, it was just like, holy shit, or something like holy fucking shit. They're letting him... No, it was during the race, because it was like they're letting him drive with a car like that. It was a couple of laps before the end, and we didn't see it.
Right. Yeah.
It was when Hamilton ended up getting the penalty for his track limits because of...
Because he couldn't keep it on the track because the thing had no brakes.
His brakes had gone, and Leclerc's had gone as well. Which makes you wonder, what fucking setup had they done to burn them brakes like that?
Clearly, this is where I don't know enough about how they set them up in the first place. They either didn't have thick enough pads or discs on or something. Because don't forget, everything in F1 comes down to weight.
Oh, yeah.
So you run the smallest brake disc and pads you can get away with.
Well, wasn't it?
In fact, now run smaller than they used to on the rears because the energy recovery system acts like a engine brake.
Yeah, wasn't it? Because they refer it as a cake tin, don't they?
Well, you were at Buemi that time when they both just exploded.
Yeah.
Was going down into, was it turn one at Malaysia or something like that?
Mm.
Or was it in Australia?
It was somewhere, and the brakes just went...
And the front wheels just popped. It looked like the front wheels just popped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that well.
And what do you make of the question that got chucked to Lando?
Which one?
About the pit stop. Did you notice something?
Yeah, they asked him, do you want to let Oscar have the first pit stop? And did you also notice he said yes at first and then changed his mind?
Yeah.
And I'm very glad he did, because Oscar, once again, the second pit stop wasn't good.
No, it wasn't. But
Now there's no guarantee that would have happened to
Lando
had he been the second car, but at the same time,
that would have pissed Oscar off even more. That'd have put him in a bad mood as well.
It'd have pissed Lando off if it'd been Lando that had fallen with it.
Oh yeah, but I bet the team would have been like, "Oh, Oscar, can you slow down and and swap?" It's like, fuck off. That just really.
Yeah, I know. That's what we said. That's what I'm saying. They're trying too hard to be the let's be nice to both drivers, and it doesn't work when they're fighting. It works when only one of your drivers is in the championship hunt.
Yeah.
The other one does everything in their power to help the winner. When the two biggest competitors are both yours, you can't play that way.
No. And it's a shame because Hamilton would have, if they'd have kept the fastest lap rule, Hamilton would have had an extra point.
Hey, you know my thoughts on that. They should have kept you and homed up the entire grid. You get fastest lap, you get a point.
That's the thing. We even missed Alonso overtaking Hamlin.
Well, he never did. The penalty put him back behind.
The penalty put him back, didn't it? Yeah, Hamilton got the.
Yeah, he never actually. Yeah, he never actually
got him, did he? No.
He was about 4 tenths behind, but like I say, he'd cut that gap down from about 40 seconds to like 4 tenths in a lap of how slow Hamilton was having to go.
And, you know, there was quite a few getting lapped this time.
Yeah, which it's actually to me, Batman is always an extra. This is a big one for you. I don't think we've actually discussed this. What's your thoughts on mine and Crofty's view that we should just do away with blue flags?
Who said they should keep them? Was it mine?
No, mine's always been against him because he says they don't do it in other forms of motorsport.
Yeah, I actually agree with mine on this. Get rid of them. It'll make it more interesting.
Oh yeah.
I get why they do it, but no, get rid of them. Get rid of the flags. Because look how easy it was for Max to pass whoever it was. Sorry, not Max. Lando. Max and Lando were battling. Max did a stellar job of keeping Lando behind, I'll tell you that.
Oh, aye.
And
very, very close on occasion, but behind.
And Max was lapping Stroll, was it?
I can't remember who, but I know what you're on about.
One of them. But if you noticed, Max lapped him. Lando just went right behind him. Which kind of puts Max at a disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. You're basically being a road sweeper. If you're the first car, you're basically having to clear the way for everybody else.
Yeah.
It also can disrupt battles further down the field.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got 3 or 4 near the back who are fighting over, say, the last point, and then they all start jumping out of the way because of Batman, because the leader's coming through, it can disrupt their battles and what's going on.
Yeah, because I imagine Behrman and Sainz might have had a good battle.
Yeah.
But Sainz got the last point.
Yeah, unfortunately, Hamilton's penalty only just knocked him down one place. It didn't, so...
Didn't do much damage.
No. So, of course, we had no DNFs. I think we only had like 1 or 2 yellow flags, and they were only for brief periods.
No safety car.
No safety car. As you say, all the way up to 10th got lapped.
Yeah. And it's just...
I don't know what it is right now. He's like, something needs to change. Hopefully the new regulations next year, because things are a bit too predictable right now. It's why I said I like sprint weekends, because I like that what comes from only having that one practice session.
Yeah. Because if we did away with the 3 practice sessions and just had the 1, I reckon it would make the sport a little bit more interesting.
Oh, definitely. The more I think about it, the more there is no reason why you couldn't make every weekend a sprint weekend.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, apart from Monaco.
Well, to me, you do it at shit or bust. Oh yeah, Monaco wouldn't be a good one, but you do it for them all. Because then also, think about it, even the fans more actual racing.
True. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The problem is Monaco would be very difficult. I mean, we've seen races that have gone wrong. Perez and the 2 houses at one point.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, but that would be yet more. That's part of the beauty of stuff like that. You know, a sprint's only worth. I'd make a sprint worth a little more points.
But then that would put them. The problem is, The reason why I bet they don't do it is because of the fact that it puts them in jeopardy for qualifying. You'd have to slightly restructure the weekend. Because if there's a
if you make a mistake, you frick your car and you can't make qualifying. tough shit. That's the risk.
True.
Do you be more? But that's where, like I said, I would make the sprints worth more. I'll make the sprints worth half points.
But then, would the drivers err on the side of caution?
That would be up to the drivers, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure there's cleverer people than me who can tell me why this wouldn't work. But the way I see it, if you made it so the sprints were worth half points, so it's actually worth having a go for. And every weekend was a sprint weekend, so one practice session. But as I've said to you, I would go back to the old system. Sprint would decide the race order.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you wouldn't have a sprint qualifying.
No. I used to like it when the sprint decided the race order.
Yeah.
Qualify for the sprint, have the sprint,
Qualify for the sprint,
then that decides the race.
and then you start the race on the tyres you qualified for the sprint on. That's my That's going back to the old.
Going back to the older tyre
U2
rule.
But because that would then give you this sort of precedent of, do you put the best tyre on to qualify for the sprint, or do you maybe sacrifice a little bit of the qualifying, but you get a better tyre to start the race on?
Mm.
You see where I'm getting at?
Yeah.
You're throwing more variables in.
Yeah. And
You're getting teams where at the end of qualifying might just, fuck it, throw a set of softs on.
yeah.
Boom, you got Haas on pole.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? You get some kind of curveball.
So I have one more thing I have to talk about before
I hear the rattle of a soapbox.
before we move on. And
I hear the soapbox rattling.
it's another McLaren topic. Did you watch any of after the race?
I watched about as far as the podium and then I went off to do other things.
Or did you see when McLaren was celebrating?
And Oscar wasn't there.
Yes.
I didn't see it, but I read and heard about it afterwards.
Now, obviously, the drivers have to do media duties. Anybody that's fourth and below. Yes?
Yeah.
Do you think McLaren could have waited? Or do you think Oscar just was still that pissed he wasn't bothered?
Why not both? I mean, I will say, 'cause this is something I noticed. While they were doing the podium, it sounded like they were starting to use power tools to break down below. Now, I get that Singapore's a city and probably needs to be cleaned up. Sharp. But literally, as the podium was going on, you could hear somebody running like a power drill somewhere.
Oh, right. I didn't quite
Yeah,
catch
I
it.
noticed it. It was definitely like, it was like power tools, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Such a time, could they not wait till like after the podium celebrations at least to start? Now, yeah, the team probably could have waited, but at the same time, would Oscar? I'm sure Oscar was probably asked and was like,
That was my other point as well. I do want to bring up with you. Did you hear the message to Oscar from Zach?
I think so, but I must admit I'm blanking at just this moment.
And he pulls the radio cord out?
Oh, dear, no, I never heard that.
Yeah, he basically, you know, tough race and all this lot, and literally, you know, but as he was saying, you know, but thank you, bang, radio cord went out.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. That's why I think he wasn't really asked about getting up on the podium with him. I think we're going to see a villain. I want to see a villain arc here. You know, I just want Oscar to come back.
Yeah.
Fighting. And basically say, well, fuck the rules. You want us to race, let us race.
Yeah. This is a championship that he wants to win, and he's going to win it,
Yeah.
either with their help or against them.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, and I hope it happens because it'll be very entertaining.
Find out in a couple of weeks, won't we?
Yep, because McLaren have, like you say, made the road for their own back.
Oh yeah, this is all McLaren's doing. They can't look at anybody else but their own inability to face conflict head on. Is what it boils down to.
I'm just, as a McLaren fan, I'm sick of hearing the whole, we do let them race and all this bullshit. It's like, look, you fucking clearly don't. You've demonstrated that after that pit stop.
I think was it Crufty or Brundle? One of them said it after the race. The last time a team was in a position like this, it was McLaren, ironically. I suppose not technically 2016 Merc was, but the last time McLaren was in a position like this, it was Prost and Senna. Yeah. Could you have seen those two moving over to let the other pass because one had a bad pit stop?
No.
You would have got such a long line of French expletives. Yeah. It sounded like a recipe for orange chicken.
And, fair play to George. Well done to Max for...
Oh, cracking race from George. Max kept him honest most of the way.
Yeah, fair play to Max for keeping Lando at bay as well.
Yeah. I say, Antonelli, solid result. 5th. Yeah. Fernando got it up to 7th without a radio. Behrman got up 2 points and Carlos got 1. Yeah, there was some... Carlos getting 1 from starting right at the back's got to be up there with a... On a circuit like that, where overtaking is not exactly a given.
It's not quite a Perez level of from last to first, but... No.
It's not a bad result, though.
I think it's a U result. From the back to the points.
Yeah, it's hard work, but fair play for doing it.
Yeah, especially on Singapore. But yeah, I hope we see the villain. To be honest now.
Yeah.
But I bet Mark Webber was spitting fucking feathers. I bet he was absolutely. Oh yeah, would love to have been a fly on the wall. I would love to have been a fly on the wall, put it that way.
Yeah, that debrief will have been a fun one.
I bet it will. Bet it would.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Connor. We see a couple of Connor Moore videos on that coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. And now on to the bit I'm sure you're most looking forward to.
I am and I'm not. Okay, one of my buttons has gone there from there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, right. So Angela's taken usual position back at the bottom again.
So Angela went from 0 to 0.
Yeah, with 88
no offense
points.
Intended, but...
And then
me, I need to remember before a race to actually look and do some team editing. Yeah. I still have a few chips left. I need to remember to actually get in and use them.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Just a little bit longer. So you had David was in 7th on 113 points.
So Angela had no negatives, just had no good positives.
No. You had
Hulkenberg and Sauber.
Then
yeah, you had no negatives.
I'm in 6th with 119 points. Oh. Bollocks! I have to switch that back.
You're 2 times on, had you?
Shit. That has done me. I don't know. Don't know why it hasn't changed.
Did you use the auto one, or did you do best or something?
Yeah. But I don't know why it didn't change it back to Oscar.
No idea.
I'll change it. Simon didn't have a good one, did he?
No.
Simon on 127. See, Oscar wouldn't have done me much better. Because Oscar scored Simon what? 38? Was it? Was it 38 points? Then we have Logan in 4th on 149. How? Hulkenberg minus.
Alonso.
Wonder if it's because of the Hamilton penalty as well. Maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Alan in 3rd. Beat Logan by 100. Just a point.
By 1 point.
He's on 150. Of course, Norris. I suppose, yeah, Norris there. 2 times on Norris, doing well. Then we have Adam in 2nd on 159. Bortoletto.
And then a familiar sound for anybody who listened last year.
Yeah, Ryan.
She's Ryan winning. Been a while since he's been up the top there.
Yeah, 163 points. So interesting. Well, Hamilton. Yeah, because Hamilton only got 17 points. Because obviously he then lost because of his 5 seconds. But
it still amazes me that getting a penalty in a race isn't a negative points.
Yeah, I know.
I would have thought 5-second penalties would be negative 5 points, 10 seconds, negative 10, and so on.
So, obviously, overall, Angela's in 8th with 1,948. Ryan's in 7th with 2. Even that win hasn't really done him well. 2,289. Adam in 6th with 2,341. David in 5th with 2,523. You're doing well, but
I'm running out of time, and
you are
still
running
a long
out
way
of time.
behind. I'm a long way behind. I might be a day late and $10 short.
Logan and I was going to say, have you got your dollars? But you probably will have done by now.
Yeah. Must be on card.
What's your percent charges?
0, because I use an American bank.
Fair
But anyway,
enough.
we're going way off topic.
Logan in 4th with 2,852. Alan in 3rd with 3,312.
So he is now, what, 47 points behind you?
Yeah.
And you are 96 points off the lead?
Yeah.
It's getting close on the top there. Unfortunately, I think you're all a little bit too far ahead for me to be able to
And then
gain
obviously,
and screw your day up. But
yeah, so obviously Alan's in 3rd, 3,312. I'm in 2nd with 3,359. Alan is catching me. Am I worried? No, not yet. Not yet. And then, obviously, Simon's still at the top with 3,453. Alan is still determined to try and catch Simon.
he's going to get through you first.
Exactly. Whether I catch Simon, I have no idea.
It's going to come to a bit like the championship. It's going to come down to fairly close at the end, I think.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to...
Well, a couple of things we mentioned during. We should mention, as you say, congratulations to McLaren, Constructors Champion. Yeah. Joint tied record for the soonest time it's ever been won with Red Bull. I think it was 2024.
Yeah.
And also, like I said, I feel we should pass comment on Max Verstappen's Nürburgring.
We should. We said we were going to talk about that.
Where, for those who don't know, he competed, was it 2 weeks ago in a couple of free races to get his license?
Yeah.
Past that, did his first race was the 4-hour endurance race. I know it sounds a lot, bear in mind the Nürburgring's like a 10-minute lap, so But anyway,
10?
he qualifies third. It's like 6 or 8 minutes in it for them.
Lap record, it depends whether
But
it's...
anyway,
If it's the full Nordschleife including GP, it's about 12.
that's what they were racing. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, could be about 12 minutes. Depends. 10 to 12 minutes.
So Max's first race, his other driver was a sim racer.
Yeah.
He qualifies it on third. He's leading by the first corner. Has over a minute lead by the time he comes into pit to hand over to his co-driver. And then they win it by quite a comfortable margin at the end.
Was it a minute?
He definitely had over a minute to spare at the point when he pitted and handed over. I think the other guy actually lost a bit of time.
Yeah.
And then Max, I think, was back into it for the last stint, but they won it by not a small amount.
No.
Like I say, I think there's going to be some bloody noses in the NLS series of people who, have been doing that for years and just got taken to school.
Well, yeah, definitely. It's Max. It proves that he is a good driver.
This is where I've always stayed out of the debate of, because I find it impossible to say who's the greatest F1 driver of all time, because the cars were so massively different.
Mm.
However, purely a mark of a great driver is one who has won in multiple disciplines.
I mean, if he can get the triple.
No, but even without that, I mean, you got some drivers who've won an F. Don't get me wrong. I know they've probably won F3, F2.
Yeah, but
on the way to F1, that's all single seaters. If you can win in single seaters and in tin tops, that's got to show a level above.
Well, that's the thing. He's
and he's not the only one. We're talking the likes of Alonso's done it. Alonso's won Le Mans.
Oh yeah. And it shows the skill that they have to be able to do it.
Like I say, to me, they're a level above ones who've just won an F1 race, F1 championship in my book, because they can go into something totally different and dominate in that as well.
Which Max did, and yeah, it just shows what how good of a driver.
Talent, just talent. Yeah,
exactly.
Like him or hate him, Bryce. That's not everybody on that grid could go and do that.
No. Alonso maybe, but Alonso could probably do it.
Alonso's proven he can do it. There's been one or two, haven't they? We never saw Kubica's full potential F1, but he's won at endurance level. You've had two or three have done it, but yeah, just an amazing result. And like I say, he's paving the way. Giovinazzi, he's paving the way to do basically whatever the frick he wants.
Well, that's the thing. If he ever does leave Formula One, I think he'll go into the likes of
endurance, the
endurance stuff and NLS and stuff.
Didn't his dad also win a rally championship recently as well, or something?
Possibly.
I think Jos won like the Belgian rally championship this year as well.
Possibly. I don't really. I like Max. I just don't like his dad. To be honest, I think his I think like the downfall. To be honest, even though we did listen to FFS back when EJ was doing it with Coulthard, I don't think the real reason for Newey going was, apart from EJ orchestrating it, I
think the reason he wanted to leave, I know what you're going to.
I honestly feel that Max's dad was pushing a bit much with shit, because...
And you're possibly right, we'll probably never know the truth, because they'll never...
Because it was like the same with Horner. I still think Max's dad had quite a big hand in that. That's a little bit of a conspiracy theory, but...
Yep, hang on, I've got your tune for that over here. You can keep it with your soapbox.
But it just seems a bit you know, just because, you know, Max is on top. And I get it. Yoss is a racer. I get he wants Max to do well, but there's a time where you step back and just let Max do what he wants. Really.
Yeah.
It's Max's choice. Yeah, his dad might manage him, but it's Max's decision at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. So, anything you want to quickly add before I rattle the timings
No,
off?
I think that covers it for me.
Okay. So, obviously, the next round will be round 19, quarter. And just a quick side note before I give you the timings, it will be only my voice you'll hear for the podcast for quarter and Mexico. Had to think them.
Are they back to back?
Yep, they're back to back. You'll miss it.
Right, yeah. I'm hopefully going to watch. I've worked out the racing about 3 o'clock where I am on the Sunday, so I'm hopefully going to try and watch it.
Yeah,
Certainly Kota.
Just be prepared for the thunderstorms at that time.
Well, I'll try and be back in the hotel room or something and just watch it on my phone, you know.
But yeah, so obviously it'll be only my voice you hear on the podcast for.
I'm sorry, folks.
And
I know I can do about it.
Because somebody's going off on his hollybobs, which we're prepared for. It's fine. So, practice 1 is on the 17th of October, and that is at 10:30. Oh, no, it's not, you dickhead. It's 6:30 at night. It's a late one. 6:30 till 7:30. I read that wrong. I wish they would make this font clearer. Sprint weekend. So, the sprint quali is on the 17th.
Oh, shit, it's a sprint on a Saturday. Yeah, I'll think.
Mm-hmm. So, sprint quali is 10:30 till 11:15 UK time. The sprint race is on the 18th, and that is at 6 till 6:30 at night. I should say 1800. I'm not giving you Zulu times, but anyways, qualifying is on the same day at 10 o'clock till 11 p.m. and the race is on the 19th at 8 p.m. UK time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can give you the track times, but I don't normally. So it's like 2.
No,
so it's like 2.
Doesn't matter.
2 o'clock out there.
I'll say it doesn't matter. If people with the UK times, they can. If you need to work out separately, folks, I'm sure you can do them conversion.
Just go on the F1 website; it'll tell you.
Yeah.
Except just be prepared to get the font wrong, get the times wrong, because the font's not great, and it's not my glasses either. Is it? Excuse me, I've had an eye test. I had an eye test quite recently, and it's that's another thing. So, obviously, all it's going to take is for me to say thank you to everybody for listening. Thank you to David for joining.
If you speak to me every lap, I will disconnect the radio.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy.
Oh, okay now. Obviously, don't forget to go and check out the gaming channel. Links are for all that and all the socials. The main social channels are in the description. And we shall see you, or I'll see you, for the next one and the one after. And then David will be back for the one after that. So, until then.
Later, folks.
Goodbye for now.